forgot I had a chess tournament today, and the next round starts in 5 minutes, bro. I had to get a bye for the first round because I had a track meet. I just got here and I'm like 30 minutes late for the first round, so wish me luck. This is also the tournament that I get to NM, trust me. Alright, so I just finished the first round and my hair is looking majestic right now, but right now it's the lunch break since I wasn't there for the first round, and like after round 2 we get an hour for lunch. I'm gonna go to the Mexican place that I always go to, and they have fire birria tacos. All right, I'm at the restaurant right now and I got my food and now I'm analyzing my game with it. All right, I just finished eating and that was insanely good, but now I definitely ate way too much and I'm really tired actually, but I still have 2 rounds left and I'm going to play the 3rd round right now. So for the first time actually, I'm on time. I think there's like 15 minutes left and it's about a 15-minute walk back to the venue. So wish me luck for the 3rd round. I won my 3rd round, and so I was in this exact same situation as last tournament. If I win my next game, the last game, I'm clear first and I win the entire tournament and like $200 or something. And then if I lose, I get nothing. And last tournament, I fumbled the bag so hard. I literally just blundered everything away. And the round actually started like a minute ago, but I don't care. I need to go on this mindfulness walk to prepare. All right, I should probably head back though. Okay, wish me luck. I'm against a 1600, so I'm like 200 points higher rated than him. Should be an easy win, but actually he was next to me on the last board and he just completely destroyed the other guy. And the guy that he beat has beaten me before. So it's like a rock, paper, scissors kind of situation though. Like he beat someone that I can beat. But if I beat him, then okay, I don't know what I'm yapping about anymore. So I just finished the last round and it got a little bit dark. I don't know if you're able to see me, but I just won the last round. $200 in the bag, just like that. And who knows, maybe I'll get to NM. I played 3 games and I won 3 games. So that's gonna be good for my rating, good for my bank account. Yeah, I actually played some insanely interesting games. So tomorrow I'm gonna go analyze and we'll see how many blunders I have. All right, so I kind of forgot to do this, but it's now almost a week later. It's Thursday the next week, but we're finally going to analyze the games. I've just inputted the games and I haven't looked at them except for the first one, which I did during lunch. So let's just start out pretty quick. So e4, c6, the Caro-Kann, and I was looking at a couple lines of the Caro-Kann before this, but not too in depth. And what I play is f3. This is called the fantasy variation, and I really enjoyed because it kind of fits my style, which is like tactical and aggressive because it often leads to open positions with a lot of imbalance. So he goes e6, which is probably the main line and the most solid move, and we just get a couple moves of theory. Okay, actually this isn't theory because it just allows me to get complete control of the center like this, and his pawns are kind of misplaced now, so I'm doing pretty good. And I mean, yeah, we just develop a little bit more. Here I missed e5 because let's say he does something like this, I just go here, and even though like he has some pressure going here, it's just the point is I have a strong center and that's it. That's why I have a +1 advantage. It's insanely hard for him to make any progress here. But anyways, I kind of missed that because I was just scared of knight d5, but I should have seen that I had just bishop d2, and then my center is just really strong. But I mean, that was kind of a hard move to see. I go bishop g5, which honestly makes sense though. So he kicks me away and I take, and then I go bishop c4 and I castle. And this is already looking really good for me because I have an open f-file for my rook. My bishop is relatively active, and I'm immediately threatening stuff like knight e5, maybe even knight g5, and bring my queen in like this. And he immediately blunders into it and plays this because this allows knight e5, and this is my entire idea of castling, to open up the rook. And now I have a discovered attack on his queen, but I also x-ray the f7 pawn, and his position is just falling apart. He plays queen g5, and I take here. And I was calculating a bunch of these lines, like if he goes here, check, like take, and just stuff like that. But I just didn't see that he had anything, and I thought my attack is too strong. I'm gonna take here. I'm gonna play queen h5, and he's just done. So I wasn't really scared of this. I just go king h1, and then here I literally just completely forgot that he could castle.
in this position, my knight is like controlling so many squares. My rook is doing so much stuff, but he literally went up to me and he was like, I can castle in this position, right? And then that like really surprised me, but yeah, he can, and I think it's the best move. But I immediately give away a lot of my advantage. I think I should have played. Oh yes, here I was thinking for like 30 minutes or something because I have this move rook f3. It just looks like it traps the queen, but I saw rook f3, but I was scared that he can take. I recapture, and he takes my bishop now. And now the problem is this knight is attacked, but also he's threatening to take here. And I just thought that I was losing material here because I'm forced to play something like knight e5, or at least I thought I was. And after he takes here, my queen is attacked and this is attacked. So I just didn't see any way for me to defend this. But in reality, I have queen d2, and if he goes here, going like this, I play rook g1. And like, let's say he takes or something, I take here because I ignore all the material on this side because that's not important. I just go after his king, and this attack is unstoppable. It's literally mate in 6. So, I mean, from this position, that's insanely hard to see. I have to spot rook g1 like almost 10 moves ahead here. Like, what do you expect? Okay. Anyways, I didn't see that, so I played knight e5, just getting back to safety and defending my bishop on c4, and he trades and then takes this pawn. But this is also a blunder because it allows queen f7, and now his king is just completely in the open. My queen and my knight and my bishop are staring at his king, and so he goes here, I give him a check, and then I take here. But this is a big blunder because, I mean, okay, it's not a blunder, but I'd have a much better move knight g4. And the reason why is because I just threatened knight h6. This is just a massive threat, insanely hard to stop. I guess, okay, let's say king h8. I'm just bringing in my rook like this, and then this is coming. This is unstoppable basically. So he's forced to give up his queen. Engine says the best move is bishop c3, and he loses the queen. So he just loses like that. But I missed knight g4 because I was pretty low on time, and I instead take here because I just win a pawn. And who doesn't like winning a pawn? It's still +1, but I just miss a winning idea. Okay, I give him some checks, and now I play knight g4 with the idea of knight h6, but now it's not as strong anymore because king h8, and now if I play rook d1, his queen can just go anywhere and go here. And if I go here, like, now his rook is opened up. So yeah, okay, hold up. Oh. Bro, Lichess is such a stupid, okay. So yeah, I do play rook d1 and queen c5, and this is, again, a massive blunder because I still have knight h6, and here the idea is if he takes, I take. Here, I give him a check. If he goes here, I go here, and now like I'm just starting rook h3, and it's unstoppable. Like, his king has no moves. He's forced to play this and just give up the queen. But I play rook f1, and I just completely missed the idea. And now he has this move rook f8, which just completely gets rid of all my initiative and all my like pressure because like I'm just forced to trade off the rooks, and then I have nothing anymore. But fortunately, he missed that, and he took here because he wins a pawn. And now I miss another winning idea, knight f6. Wait, hold on. Why is this winning? Take, here, check, here. Okay, so my idea is I play h3 and rook f4 because now I don't get back ranked because I can go here, and my threat is still the same. I give this ladder mate in the middle of the board. That's pretty beautiful, actually. Well, okay, I mean, I missed that. I'm really low on time here, by the way. I play rook f7. My idea is just to put a lot of pressure here and eventually go knight f6 or something like this, just putting so much pressure everywhere. And, oh, hold up. Okay. He defends with rook g8, and then I take here because I miss another winning idea. This is like the 100th winning idea I've missed. I should have played knight e5, and the idea is, okay, let's say he does random move. I just go back. Okay, yeah, I just go back. I can literally move my queen or rook anywhere, and my threat is the same. My threat is either knight f7, or I guess it's only knight f7 because knight g6 doesn't do anything. But yeah, knight f7 is just mate, and it's really hard to stop. Let's say here, knight f7 here, and I'm taking this. Or even, I'm either taking here or here. It's just completely winning. But I missed that, and I think this actually allows a perpetual after queen c1. But I calculated this through, actually, and I thought that he doesn't have perpetual. But I don't know. I might have just calculated wrong. But yeah, here he missed the better move, which was queen f4, which I think this is perpetual because I just have no good squares. Yeah, here he has no immediate checks, but after knight c4, like this is this huge threat. I'm probably gonna lose this, even though Engine says it's equal. But he misses that and plays queen d2 instead. And now this, I mean, Engine says this is still equal after knight c4, but he misses that and goes here, which allows king h2. And now there's no checks. This pawn stops this, and my threat is back. My threat is either knight f6 or knight h6, and I'm just giving him, like, I'm just mating him on almost. He goes here to try to go queen f4, and I go h4 to escape queen to escape to h3, but this blunders to queen e1, which just tries to pick up this pawn. And if I go here, he goes here or something, or knight c4. Okay, this position is kind of confusing, but it's drawn because like my king is too weak. Like he's coming in with this or with something like this, and I just can't escape the checks. And like all my pressure, I have no pressure anymore, because if my knight moves, then my king is just too weak. But he misses that, and I go here, and here's something interesting happened, because he had like 5 seconds left on the clock. I had like 2 minutes or something, and he offered his hand out and resigned. I mean, it is a losing position, but I've like missed the winning idea here like 20 times already, so probably not going to win this if he had more time and tried to play it out. But fortunately, he spent way too much time calculating all these checks and stuff that he just resigned. Alright, game 2. This is 100% the most intense game I've played in this tournament, and probably the most intense game I've played all month. Anyways, we start out with d4, and before, at the time, I played knight f6, but now I'm learning the Dutch with f5, and I'm really enjoying this opening. But anyways, I play knight f6, and this is just a pretty typical structure. I was a Grunfeld player, so I played d5 with the idea that I want him to play e4, take, and I play c5, just cracking open the center and everything. But he doesn't do that. He plays e3, and I castle, and then play c5. And I mean, of course I do this since I'm a Grunfeld player. I love playing c5. I love giving my opponent the center and cracking it open from flank and with my bishop like this. But he plays bishop b2, which isn't great, but isn't bad either. And I just bring more pieces in, and I try to continue cracking open the center with e5. Now, I didn't really spend a lot of time on this move, and I just completely overlooked bishop a3. And this will be a recurring theme for this game, but this is just a really hard move for me to do anything about, because he's pinning my pawn, extraing my rook, and this is just simply a threat. He just wants to take this. So it's kind of hard for me to defend. I guess I have to play something like knight a5 and b6, but he instead goes rook c1, and then I take here, and I think this is a massive blunder, because I allow bishop h3 again. So hold up. This is a blunder because I allow bishop h3, and after this, there's just really no good way for me to defend this. Like, if I go b6, like, I mean, he can just take, and take or something, but yeah, this is really bad for me. So I just bishop moves for me are always just really hard to spot. I'm just missing this idea of putting this bishop on the long diagonal and extracting my rook. But he, again, misses that. I guess it's hard for him to see too. He plays bishop e2 to just try to break this pin, and now I'm doing quite good here. I take, and now he finally plays bishop a3, but it's not as good because I have rook e8. And we just trade a bunch of stuff, and I put my rook on the open file. Here, this is kind of like a dry position, very balanced and symmetrical endgame. I guess the pawn structure is different because I have a 2-on-1 on the queen side, and that'll be very important for the future of this game, as you'll see. But I trade his rooks, and my idea is that I was thinking for a while, and his rooks have a lot more pressure than my rooks do. And in an ideal world, I just don't want to have the rooks on the board anymore, because I have no good way of like rerouting my knight in a way where I'm putting pressure on his rooks. So I decide to just trade everything off, and he brings his king in. I get my knight in, and I mean, we just kind of shuffle the pieces around. Here he does something kind of weird. He goes knight f4 and then knight e2. I don't know why he did this. I think he's just reconsidering his choices, but it's probably not great for him. And then I just keep bringing my king in, and he plays knight f4 again, and I keep advancing my king, and my idea is just I want to bring my king to this side, because after, like, I'm just going to push these pawns. This is my advantage. I have a queen side majority, so I'm going to push my pawns and try to promote one of these. He goes here, stopping any ideas of kicking his knight away, and then I go bishop h6, trying to take this, and I was looking at something like g3, just solidifying this. I would have taken and moved my king in here. I think that would have been winning for me, but he goes knight e2 back again, which, I mean, it's not bad again, but I don't know why he just went knight f4, knight e2, knight f4, knight e2 like a million times. I go here, he goes here, and I just keep bringing my king in. Again, my idea is I just want to push my pawns, bring my king in, and promote. So I'm doing very good at that, obviously, and it's -1. Yeah, now it's -2. This is a bad move. I play a5, just trying to push my pawns. This kind of gives away some of my advantage, but I feel in practicality it's really fine. He goes here, I keep pushing my pawn. He goes here, I keep pushing my pawn, and now he goes here, which is massive blunder. And I think this is because he needs to keep more pieces on the board to try to just stop my pawns. Because after this, like really take king b2, I have no good way of kicking away his king for now, and he's just going to do something like this and blockade the b1 square. So I guess he needs to keep the knights on the board. But he instead goes knight d4. and this is a blunder because I can take, and now I can play b3. After this, I go here, and I mean, here initially my idea was to go here, here, and here. And I'm just going to kick away his king with my bishop and push this pawn, and then bring my king over to this side and take all his pawns. And his king will be tied down defending this pawn, and my bishop will just be protecting that. But he goes here, and I just try to hit him from pushing his pawns immediately with h4, h5. And then yeah, this is not a good move because all of his pawns are on dark squares and I have a dark squared bishop. So I'm just gonna take everything. I'm taking just everything. And I mean, yeah, I don't think that I was too low on time and the game didn't end here, but this is just completely lost for him and there's no need. He played it out until mate actually, which I mean, it's not a bad idea, but yeah, it's hopeless here. Alright, this last game, I was playing someone that I had actually known from a while ago. I'd played against him at the park before casually, and he's always been a lot lower rated than me and just generally a lot worse. But when I saw that he was 1603, I was actually kind of surprised at how good he's gotten, and now I was facing him for first place in this tournament and $200. So I was not nervous though because I was just confident against this guy, and it paid off. So I played e4, c5, and I want to play knight f3. And I'm looking at a course about that, but I just play a3 since this is what I know how to play. He plays g6. I was really surprised when he played this because this is the best move against a3. It's kind of just stopping b4, which is my entire idea. And no one's really played this against me before, so here I was actually getting kind of worried. But I play the main line, knight f3, bishop g7, bishop c4. Yeah, e6, d3, and then I draw my bishop back. I'm actually not sure why I'm supposed to do this, but this is what Gotham Chess does, and he's kind of good at chess, so yeah. d5 isn't a bad move. It's like not really the main move, but it's not bad. I play h4, which is my entire idea. I get this bishop on this diagonal, and I just break open his king side little by little. And I continue pushing my pawn with h5, and now this pawn is becoming kind of scary for him, but still not bad. He goes a6, which... okay, Engine says that b5 is best here because of the idea that after I take, he goes here, and then... Okay, you know what? Never mind. I don't care about what the engine says. Yeah, I take, which is kind of an inaccuracy, I guess, because... hold up. Wait, what? Okay, wait. This is inaccuracy. This is... pink inaccuracy. Yeah, I mean, I was just kind of scared that I took because I didn't want him to go here, because I wanted to put my knight here, but if I did that, he could push, and I don't really have any good squares to go with my knight. So I just decided to take to free up the e4 square. And now I go here, which is again an inaccuracy because I actually don't know why. Well, I guess he has bishop e5, and now like I don't really have anything here. Yeah, I literally just have nothing here. I guess I have knight f3, but then like bishop d3 or bishop c7. But instead of that, he decides to hold up. He decides to take here, which is not too good for him because now his dark squares around his king are just insanely weak, and so I'm gonna spend this entire game trying to use my dark square bishop and queen to exploit this. And yeah. He gets some space on the queen side, and again, I go for my idea bishop g5, and the last tournament game I played, which was, again, in the same situation, but I was on the receiving end. I had a position like this, and if he had gone here, here, and brought his knight like this, I just cannot defend this pawn. And, like, I just literally can't. I just can't defend this pawn because his bishop is covering h8, and the knight here, there's a knight here, is attacking this. So I just can't defend that, and that's what inspired me to go for this idea. My idea is to go knight f3, knight g5, and take on h7, and that's exactly what I did. So I first played knight f3, and even though Engine says it's bad, I think this is a cool idea. He goes here for some reason, and now I play bishop f6. He goes rook g8, and I think he just completely missed this idea because, I mean, it's kind of hard to see. I go knight g5. He goes queen d6. He plays this pretty quickly. He's actually been playing this entire game pretty quickly. Like, I maybe have 30 minutes left, and he probably still has like 50 minutes or something. And I just take on h7. And here he looks surprised. I think he just literally did not see that my idea wasn't to take on e6, it was to take on h7. But he long castles again. I just completely missed that he could castle here, but it's not a good move for him. I go back, which is, again, not a good move for me here because, okay. Engine is literally telling me to play king f1. Like, what do you want from me? Okay. I play knight g5, queen f4, which is a massive blunder. Because I have queen f3, take, there's no stopping this pawn. I'm just queening. This is how the game ended. There's no reason for me to take here immediately because his rook literally can't escape. Like, if he goes here, I just queen, and I have enough defenders of h8 to just win that like fight or something. But yeah, so I go king d2, and my idea is to play this, and I'm gonna go knight g5. I'm gonna sack my rook here, and after take, I'm gonna take here, and I'm gonna be up like an entire rook or something. And yeah, so here he just resigned because it's completely hopeless for him. And that's how I won $200 and became like 5 rating points closer to becoming an NM. Thanks for watching. Oh, and consider liking and subscribing and commenting. All right, bye bye.